But it'll ask me like last week or the week before too. It'll ask me like, do I want to rejoin the meeting that I was already at? Basically the same numbers, and I said yeah. But then it was like a meeting can't do something, and I was like, oh, this stupid. I'm like, bro, y'all just asked me to rejoin the same meeting. I was it. I need to make sure. I need to turn off this email stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah, man. When we back with another episode, I was just giving some DJ some IT, stuff. I'm the official good if it goes IT guy, so I'm trying to, hire, my team is hiring. So if you're out there watching and you good at IT, holler at me. I might have a job for you. I can't pay you a lot. I ain't got my what we down to like 7K now. It was
Yeah,
15K. Yeah,
yeah.
so
But
I
you
got some
Shiv,
stuff going on.
Shiv millionaire.
Oh yeah,
So
shout out to all the shiv holders. Shout out to
yeah,
all the
Shiv,
motherfucking shiv holders. If you out there
Shiv
holding
millionaire.
shiv, if you out there holding shiv right now, look, shout out because I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Look here, it crashed Coinbase. It made Coinbase crash. I'm just saying. Like, I told people about shiv back in May. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you ain't jump on. Ain't too much I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? I got 23 million of them things though. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cover up how much bread I'm getting, but so I don't know everybody know what that is. I can't even show my 20. You see that 23 right there? 23 million, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna show you how much bread I'm getting. I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? Try to pin my location or something, try to grab me because I know some of y'all out there, y'all watching, y'all, you know what I'm saying? I know you
Can
really
nobody,
shy. You know what I'm saying?
can nobody see that? Your screen blur.
They can see it, man.
Yeah.
But back with another episode of Good If It Goes Jam. I'm with my boy DJ. Y'all know who I am. I'm having a crazy hair day under my Mavs cap. And man, shout out to the Dallas Mavs, man. Oh man, I feel like this franchise, man, you know what I'm saying, that you know what I'm saying, I done adopted there, you know what I'm saying. I denounced, those old teams, that I used to root for, you know what I'm saying. So I shout out to the Mavs though, man. They got one of the best players in the league on their team, man. Shout out Luka Doncic. You've been doing this thing, man, from the beginning of the season. You know what I'm saying? An MVP favorite for sure. The Mavs, they 2-1. You know what I'm saying? Now they schedule hasn't been, you know what I'm saying, the heaviest. But my boy Luka been getting it in, man. You been seeing the Mavs play a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Who me? You asking me? I was saying no.
Hey,
I haven't watched them play.
nah, you watch Mavs games? Not a Luka fan? Nothing wrong with that.
No, Luka Doncic is good. First team All NBA the past 2 years, but they games ain't really been on like they ain't really had like no primetime games.
Nah, not yet.
And so either I've been watching the Bulls or like primetime games really when I can watch them. But I mean they cool. They don't need no shout out. They ain't doing nothing. They all right. They gotta figure out they second best player.
They really do, man, because it ain't, man. And Chris, I know you listening, big bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? I know you right around the corner. You feel me? But at the same time, like you got to step it up. But you know what I'm saying? Shout out
Told
to the
you.
Mavs. You know what I'm
Told you
saying?
KP. I told you KP.
Uh,
I told you that like
what you tell me? Told me
they
what?
that they was gonna have to trade him or he wasn't gonna be what they needed him to be. Like
Mm.
once they put him on that team, I was just like it ain't that too many injuries, and then last year he was like not on the same page with Luca and all type of like little silly stuff. Like you gotta be there to like have that opinion about things. Like yeah, you the second best player, but it's kind of like at default at this point because you like the most accomplished and not even by like a lot. And so it's like yeah, at his peak though, he's solid, but like his like we don't always see his peak. And then right when like bubble ball, I was like, whenever you need him, he not gonna be there. Like last year during the bubble, like he started cooking, and then right when they need him, he went down. And then last year during the playoffs, last year last year during the playoffs, he's having games where he was like 7 points and all types of stuff. Cool, you could score seven, but then you got to do something else. And this nigga wasn't blocking shots. This nigga wasn't rebounding well. He was just doing nothing. He was just out there shooting threes, wasn't making them, and then just pointing the blame at everybody else. And so like I saw little glimpses of it before, and I was like, all right, he on the mask, all right, cool. Um, and I thought like, but then I was like, nah, it ain't gonna work. So they got to figure that out because Luka end up being one of those guys that if they don't, he gonna be one of those guys, Hall of Fame career, on the team and putting up all these numbers, and it's like, all right, cool. Team never sniffed the finals or whatever the case may be. Like unless he go crazy, he gonna have to have a Dirk type of run, which he can, but like the talent where he at is tough.
All right, well, I appreciate that little rundown real quick on my team. You know what I'm saying? That was a impromptu. If you know what I'm saying, are they good? But we're gonna switch gears though to the team I used to cheer for, the
Hurting.
Chicago Bulls. Hurting? Why?
Uh,
I
you
do.
just
Everybody else
you
was still
just
Bulls, was still Sox, was still Blackhawks, was still Fire, was still Sky. You know what I'm saying? What's the women's MLS team? Whatever the fuck they called, I still fuck with them. I just don't fuck with the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? But hey, so
yeah, I feel you. I
uh,
feel you. I mean, I don't, but I just say that I do. But yeah, so to the Bulls, man, I think they good. I think they peak right now. It's like at best it's a third seed, but I think that they can get to like the fourth seed because I feel like the Nets eventually going to get it together, and then the Bucks is really good because they've been together too. It's going to take the Bulls some time to gel, work together, and play. People was talking about, well, they didn't play nobody, but you still got to beat the teams on your schedule. I think Charles Barkley said it best like a couple days ago. He was like, everybody good. Teams don't know they suck until they 10 or 15 games in. So right now, you getting everybody best. Ain't nobody injured. Everybody got energy. Like everybody is like at their peak, right? So like teams not in their head yet. Everybody thinking like, all right, we got a chance to make a run. So yeah, they beat the Pistons twice, they beat the Pelicans, and they beat the Raptors. But you could easily lose to those teams. Some of the top teams then lost to bum teams, like the Nets 2-2. The Lakers barely beat they didn't have Bron, but they was like struggling with the Spurs, and they lost to Golden State. And Golden State is like 4-0, and they didn't beat everybody without with that team. It's just it's Steph, and it's like the guys, they ain't got like Clay, they ain't got Wiseman, so like they still missing people. This the same. They basically the same 7 seed from with a 7 8 seed from last year, and they didn't beat certain teams. So man, you got to beat the teams on your schedule. The thing that I think is gonna travel with them is that they play defense, man. Caruso leading the league right now in steals. Lonzo defending. They got Ayo coming in. He defend, and then I've seen more effort from like Zach. And so like they're like that team defense, like that stays with you. If your offense struggling or y'all can't score, but if y'all play with effort and like energy, bro, you can go 41-41 just by playing hard. Like that's how these guys be coasting through the season. And NBA, like, it's like because the season is so long, you got like ebbs and flows of the season, right? And so like it be times where it be months in the season, you be like, wait, ain't none of these teams playing hard. But if you play hard, you could be a 500 team just by outworking the other team. Now, once you do like the special things, you can become a 50 win team, 50,
right.
54, 55 wins by doing the special, the extra things. And I feel like that if they keep defending at a high rate as they get to play with each other and know what they need to do, things can come together. And hooping, I mean, it's hooping. Like you just gotta go play. Like you can build chemistry along the way. Um, the one thing that's gonna mess them up, which just came out of nowhere, is injury. Zach Levine saying he got a torn tendon. He got a torn tendon in his hand, in his non-shooting hand, and he was on a brace on it today. And he was like, he might try to play through it or rest it or whatever the case may be. That's going to derail them. Like your best player can't just be out. Like they don't got like another MVP type player where they cool. They're not like the Nuggets who are Jamal Murray out, but then you got an MVP in Jokic to like take over. So they got like solid, good guys, but it's gonna be real interesting because they got a nice stretch of good teams coming up. Like they ain't really got no breaks. Like they next, I want to say between 7 to 10 games, there's all like top tier opponents, like teams that you can't like go to sleep on, whether they're in the Eastern Conference, and I think they got that circus trip coming up. And so for
Mm-hmm.
anybody that don't know, the Bulls circus trip is pretty much one of the trashiest scheduled things ever. Where they pretty much is gone from the United Center and they go to the West Coast and they play all the good
Everybody.
West Coast teams, yeah. And then they're just on the road for like 7 straight games. So you playing all the teams in Cali, you playing Utah, you playing Denver, you playing like all these teams that's like good. And so like every year the Bulls schedule get this and every year it's always like a measuring stick for like what type of team they're gonna be. If you split it or if you can get above 500, then it's something. If you below 500, then it's like, all right, man, we got to figure out what we doing. And so, yeah, it's gonna be real important for them to make it through this stretch and stay on top because that's gonna show what type of team you are. But then also, the season's so long, so you really can't judge it. I say you can't really judge a team until maybe like 25 games in. To be honest, because now you created all of your habits, and then now you got another 50 or so games to, you know, make that push for the playoffs or, oh yeah, this team gonna be trash or whatever the case may be. And so like I'll say about like the 25 game mark, we'll know like how serious this team can be. But um there's a couple more teams struggling in the East. And so if you're winning games early, then the other teams gotta catch you. And so the 76ers, they're having problems with Ben Simmons. The Nets having problems with Kyrie Irving. The Celtics is inconsistent. So then you got teams like the Bulls, the Hornets, the Knicks, like 3-1, 4-0. That's like at the top. Yeah, we all know that that's not gonna stay like that. But it also other teams playing catch up. You want to be in that position versus you trying to like catch up to them. And so I think they good, but I think they good because of their defense and just like the effort that they show on that side of the ball. And I think that that's going to translate despite the injuries, despite things that happen in the schedule, just having that effort, just effort. Because you can beat teams literally just by playing hard. People be going through the motions. Like teams be going through the motion. If you got guys coming off your bench or your starters setting that tone, man, I feel like Lonzo got something to prove. Caruso come in and play like super hard. They don't turn the ball over too. That's something that's good for them, and they share it too. Like it be games where they had like 3 turnovers, and you looking up, they got like 19 assists going into the fourth quarter. Like that's crazy. Like that's crazy good. If you don't do that, like give teams easy baskets, and then you play defense, um, that's like half the battle.
I think I told you this. I think they're gonna go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
This year?
Really, yeah. And what that looks like is really
Oh yeah, you think so?
probably Milwaukee and the Nets bumping each other off in the semifinals. Maybe somebody like Milwaukee. I mean, Atlanta will be there. I don't really know what to look at Philly right now. I think the Bulls gonna be that team that's just getting away of another team that's really like one of them like top 14. Like, and then the Knicks are right there too. And I think I told you like I think the Knicks are really gonna be good again this year too. Um, and like even like that game like against Boston, that first game, like that game
Oh
was like
yeah,
everything. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Shout out Derrick Rose because he hit the dagger on that game too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But at the
yeah,
same time, yeah, man, I think the Bulls good though. So hell of a
yeah.
time to leave,
I feel like
but
they mirror them. But I feel like the Bulls got more offensive firepower because I don't think that Fournier, the way he's scoring right now, I don't think that's gonna last. And I actually like him as a player, but I don't think that he's gonna be averaging like 20 points a game for like the rest of the season. And then you never know what you're gonna get out of Kim. But like he used to be a
yeah,
guy that you can depend
it's a
on,
wild
but it's
card
like
right there.
yeah, so like, yeah, like he can have a game like yesterday where he had 19 points and he was really efficient from the field, but then he can also have a game where he can have that same 19 points and he'll take 22 shots. Like he go through those, times, like, and that's why he got traded. like because he was injured, and when he came back, he was inconsistent. And so, yeah, they mirrored him. They got a little bit more flow with their team because they've been together last year, and so um, yeah, but I still think they better than the Knicks. And for some reason, Knicks fans just be randomly throwing shots at the Bulls. I don't really be understanding why, because it's like after every win, like y'all city be going crazy, like,
Right.
and then like that shows like the poverty of that franchise. Like after every win, like I know y'all excited because y'all actually playing, like, but y'all got this the world famous like the world famous arena, and like don't nobody want to play there. Like y'all getting second mid tier guys. Like y'all don't ever get like top tier guys. They be like, oh yeah, let me go slide there. They want to beat y'all there, but they never want to come there. And so like Knicks fans, I don't know, they be blowing me because it's like y'all been in poverty for so long. It's like it's really hard for y'all to, like, y'all don't got no points. Like it's really no points. Then y'all lost to the Nets. I mean to the Hawks last year, being the four seed. And so yeah, that it's gonna be interesting coming down the stretch to see how like all these teams like shape out, because I can see what you said because of the start that these teams is getting off to. And so like if they able to sneak into the Eastern Conference Finals, man, that'd be nuts. Like I got them going to I got them as the second seed and then losing in the second round. I don't know why. That's just what I see. But if
Hmm.
they sneak into the Eastern Conference Finals, anything can happen. The Hawks was in the finals last year, so like anything could happen.
Them and the Suns.
Yeah, Suns,
So
Bucks, like
yeah.
um. So yeah, I agree. I agree. Anything could happen.
Well, we'll shift gears into our next topic, as y'all all know. Um, damn all the hate. Um, I'm gonna start this one. I'm sure you have some hate to spew as well about this guy. Matt Nagy, he needs to be fired, and he needs to be fired now. Pat McCaskey, my boy, no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? I know you DJ boy too. Um, we got to do something. The McCaskey need to change things and fire him now. Um, he was supposed to be this great offensive mind. We still haven't seen that yet. He's had Mitch Trubisky. He's had Chase Daniel. He's had um,
Foles,
Nick Foles. He's had Tyler Bray. He's
Andy
had Andy
Dalton.
Dalton. Now he got Justin Fields. He's supposed to be a quarterback whisperer. He hasn't whispered anyone. He hasn't yelled anything. So, um, I mean, he gonna keep getting these chances with Fields. Um, I like Fields. I know Fields is a rookie. He still needs to develop. That's cool. Everybody's fine with that. But like, can we give him his best shot? You know, because we all know Justin Field put a ball on a beam. You know what I'm saying? He got it on a rope. Like it's nasty. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that. We also know that the offensive line isn't the best, but I don't see them going out there just quitting on Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? So people like Allen Robinson throw him under the bus. You know what I'm saying? When they was talking about the chemistry between him and Justin Fields, he like shit. He wasn't our first team quarterback in practice and in training camp and none of that. We had Andy Dalton, so no, we didn't have reps with him, so it's not going to happen. I think Allen Robinson got he only got 300 yards yet. Like this is one of his worst seasons. You know what I'm saying? Allen Robinson is a wide receiver one. Like let's get it real. And I think I said it on this podcast. I said it somewhere that Allen Robinson pretty much has been quarterback. So this is ridiculous because you have a guy who has proven, whether it was Blake Bortles or goddamn Mr. Trubisky throwing on the ball, like he can go out there and do what he's supposed to do. So that's ridiculous. Um, they said, did you see the thing about they said they told him hurry up, snap the ball because they got 12 men on the field.
Yeah, yeah.
So they said
I
that
watched.
happened last week too,
Yeah,
or the week before last rather.
yeah,
So like that type of stuff is unacceptable. Because now you putting this dude in a tough spot, and I mean no flag, and then he threw his pick. He threw a pick because of that.
yeah.
So it's just ridiculous. I mean he got this vaunted record because he had like two above average seasons, especially with that second year. Or was that his first year the
First
coaching?
year,
And like
first year,
what they go
12 and
11 and
4.
5, 12 and 4. So like
Mm-hmm.
you
12 and
basically
4,
living
8
off
and
of that.
8, 8 and 8. Yeah.
Yeah. And like you basically living off of that. And I mean that's cool, but like it's not gonna be enough. And now we under 500. So the McCaskies got to do something. They got to get him up out of here. This foolishness that went on too long. Um, and it's like, they don't have the look of a team that can get hot and go on a run. So that's what NFL is. NFL is, what have you done for me lately? You have your perennials for the most part. Like we know Brady gonna be there at the end of the year. There really ain't too many more. I mean, Rodgers is there too. Rodgers gonna be around, but you got these new guys getting in there and new teams and like new waves in there. And it's like, what the hell? Why can't we do that too? And it started with coaching. So that's why all the hate for Matt Nagy. I still love my Bears, so don't get that twisted. But like, this shit is ridiculous, man. Like, you got your guy now. Game plan for him. He has an arm, and he's a hell of an athlete with amazing speed, and he could take a fucking hit. And like that, we
You
don't
took
want him to just
a
go out
lot
there
of
running
them.
around, but exactly, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, get the fucking kid the ball and let him do him. Like, I mean, shout out Khalil Herbert again. You know what I'm saying? I just asked you, was he good? He clearly is, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
still, like, this is just ridiculous, man. So that's why I got hate for man that.
Yeah. To go like a step further to what you said, I really think the McCaskies need to sell the team, to be honest. Because, and I know that's saying a lot because, of course, George Halas, like the legendary coach, basically started the whole National Football League. We talking about history, all of that, but at the same time, is that like y'all ain't really been on nothing for like for a very long time, and it's like the certain things that they do, like that whole we don't play good defense and run the ball, like that's out the window. We wait into the end of the season to like fire guys, that's out the window. So it really started from them, like, and what certain things that they do and certain things that they looking at. They should be worried about trying to build this stadium in wherever it's gonna be at Battle Racetrack or whatever. And so
All
like I
right.
feel like that's their priority
Stay on
because
that. Yeah.
yeah, because Bears, no one, how you the oldest franchise in the league, but you got the smallest stadium. One, that let me know that y'all being cheap. Two, Bears fans to a fault are loyal. And so when you try to buy tickets to a Bears game, the prices are ridiculous. So not only consistently year in, year out, like y'all not a good franchise. Like you was talking about teams that's gonna be there at the end of the year. If I'm if I'm a fan of like the Patriots or the Steelers or whoever teams like that, I'm gonna think my team is gonna be, Packers. I think my team might be there at the end of the year. I got a good, for the past 35 years, like so, like. But for us as Bears fans, it's like, man, we don't think that. We just hoping. Every year we go into like hoping, and then when they actually do good, and then they can't follow that up with like another great year, right? So we got the 12, we got the 12-4, we got the 12-4 year, and then they followed that up with like 8-8, and then missed the playoffs, right? And so like it starts at the top and then it goes down to the bottom. And I feel like Nagy is right now, it's like totally mismanaging everything that's going on with that team. You got the starting right tackle that was out for COVID, right? Justin Fields said that he had saw that 45 minutes before the game, that dude was in the locker room with the coach going over like protections, whatever the case may be. So he out. All right, cool. That's not in your control. But then you put a guy in that ain't never had no reps at right tackle. So it came out this week. They like, hey man, it's not his fault. We took him out. Um, he never had reps at right tackle. How
Right.
how how do a guy never have reps at right tackle, but he's your starting right tackle? Then his backup, the guy that they replaced him is, he just happened to do better because he get in the game now. He get in on max protections, so he do better. But he ain't had reps at right tackle either. So that goes to the coaching. The very first play that Justin Fields got hit and he sacked on, that was a max protection. How do your quarterback get sacked on the max protection? Anybody that know football knows that means you got enough blockers because
More
it's
than
a two
enough.
man
Yeah.
yeah it's a 2-man route and everybody else is blocking. That's it. It's a 2-man route. Everybody else is blocking. You got 8 blockers. And so how do that happen? That goes from the lack of coaching and the lack of prep. And then they was like, some people be like, well, Justin Fields hold on to the ball. He do this, he do that. He got to start turning the ball over. Yes. Can he play better? Yeah. Only thing he can do better is like turnovers. Hold the ball or whatever the case may be. Like he gotta limit his turnovers.
Right.
Certain things that he do, he has to limit that. Cool. You can work on that. I ain't gonna fault him for that. That's normal rookie mistakes, right? But if you go deeper than that, they got this stat, and I usually don't look into like all these annoying stats, but this one stat is good. It was like who leads the league in like sacks, right? The Bears is the number 1 team that sacked. Their offensive line is the number 1 team at giving up the sacks. Justin Fields is top 2 at being the person who's not at fault. And I just seen this stat. Number 1 is Kyler Murray. Number 2 is Justin Fields. So if Justin Fields been sacked, I think it was something like 8 out of 27 times or something, or 8 out of 26. So 8 out of 26 times Justin Fields was sacked was his fault. The rest of the time, it was the offensive line fault. And so that let me know that it's not his fault. And then I seen guys breaking down film this week, bruh. Like 3 of his sacks was he had less than 2 seconds. Like within the 2 seconds, he was getting hit. What quarterback you know going to be able to do that? Like what quarterback you know is going to be able to set height 1,000, 2,000, and then now, like I'm getting hit. Like no quarterback in the league, arm or anything is that fast, right? And we seen how important offensive lines are, and then coaching and scheming is. If the Super Bowl wasn't the biggest example of that, then I don't know what else to tell you. And they're not doing a good job. And then you got guys the team is not helping them. And so like you brought up Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson dropped a touchdown this season, and he's not open. Like he's not creating enough space. And then also the rhythm is messed up because Justin Field didn't get reps, as you mentioned. That's Nagy's fault. Why guys not running open? I watch weak offenses get guys open all the time. Like I remember watching a Jets game, and Zach Wilson was out there looking like Joe Montana. Like because guys are just screaming open, and all you do is just make a good solid throw. And we talking about some of the worst teams in the league actually had really good games. The Bears still haven't had a net 200-yard passing game this year, and I don't put that on the quarterback. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like how are you not able to scheme guys open? And you got a top 10 rushing team. Normally, if you could run the ball, play action pass, bootleg fake, um, rollouts, do all of that. They don't do none of that well. How you got a top? I think they're like top 5 now. How you got a top 5 rushing team, but your play actions and your boots and your rollouts, all that stuff is not like in the top 2 because the reason why certain teams that can run the ball is good because of their play action game. Like a team like the Ravens, it's a reason why Hollywood Brown be running past people and be wide open because they scared of the run. Now, if you gonna catch the ball all the time, well, that's another story. But that dude be open. Like it's a reason why he open, not just because he fast, but we gonna play action because y'all scared of the run. The Bears' rushing attack is just as good as anybody else in the league. It's a reason why AJ Brown be screaming across the field wide open because they flashing fast, they boo, they roll, like they get guys open. Like it's very rare. Like it's been only a couple times where guys from the Bears is running open, and I feel like that I'm questioning, do they actually want to win? Like because I don't get it. Like how is the first play of the last game my quarterback getting sacked on a max protection? Like and then your running back don't know he a rookie too. He missing blocks. He gave up a sack. So you got confusion at the start of the game. How does that happen? How are guys not like prep properly? They go straight to the coach, and then the GM not fixing the offensive line in the summer. Yeah, we got guys hurt, but you knew them guys was hurt early. You called Jason Peters like 3 weeks before the season. Tevin Jenkins was hurt in the summer, and you didn't replace it. That goes to your GM, and so and I I say it goes above that because you keep hearing all this stuff like, oh man, they mad at Hallis Hall. the McCaskey family feel this or feel that, but they ain't doing nothing, and they just letting a franchise guy who they green lighted to trade up for, they just letting him get killed by this coach that don't know what he's doing. And it's hella candidates that they can pick. If they like KC guy, if they like the Bills guy, like it's other guys out there. But you got to figure something out, man, because it just don't make sense. Um, for 100 years of this franchise, they never had a good offense, and then they did. It'll be 1 year fluke, 1 year wonder. Same with Nagy. They was ranked number 9 his first year.
Yeah.
I would say later on in the season, the league caught up with him. And he's never got past that. Once they caught up to him, he's never got past that. And we talking about 3 years ago. Like they had one good year where they was top 10 offense, and then we sitting there at the bottom. And you got all these weapons that you're supposed to be able to use, and you got a top 5 rushing team. Like that don't make sense in the NFL. Like you shouldn't be able to run the ball that well, and then you can't do nothing else. Like even chunk plays, they can't even get them because of the line not prepped right. The play calling is bad. Like the scheming is bad. Like everything is bad. And so I just hope that Justin Fields can get through this season and they fire dude, and then like that the stinkiness of it wear off. And of course, we have seen good examples of it, but I just hope that he's mentally tough to keep going, and then he don't quit because he could have been on a good team, but still, you a rookie. You can have a great rookie season. Doesn't mean you're gonna win a lot of games. Herbert last year, he had the best rookie season ever, right, for a quarterback. Folks done won like seven games. So um yeah, you can have a great rookie season as a quarterback. That don't necessarily mean you're gonna like win a bunch of games. But you can't be like your team actively sabotaging you, and then now you looking around crazy. But
Right.
yeah, that's why I hate Matt Nagy because he trash. The league caught up with him 3 years ago. He never made no adjustments. His press conferences are some of the most frustrating things ever. He don't say nothing. Um, no mid game adjustments. Um, yeah, just he don't know what he doing.
Hopefully the McCaskeys do what they supposed to do and get him out of here. Man.
I
Speaking
I
of
hope
getting people
so.
out of here. Speaking of getting people out of here. Kai Irvin. Am I reading this right?
Yeah,
Why are we getting Kai Irvin out of here?
cause man, like he was able to like go on like IG Live, and I listened to like some of it because it was funny, and I get his sentiment of like people being able to like choose the right to do whatever they need to do, right? And so like yeah, we live in this country where you're supposed to be free or whatever the case may be. And so yeah, all of that is right, but then at the same time, when you bring up the argument about I don't know what I'm getting, I don't know what I'm putting in my body, or I don't know, like the science behind it, the doctors behind it, blah blah blah. Like, bruh, like you be hurt every year. You get surgeries every year. You got to trust doctors every year. And so, like, just because they've been doing surgeries longer than we didn't have COVID, that don't mean somebody can't mess up. Like, anything can go wrong. That's why people that put you to sleep or whatever, they make so much money because they literally have their lives in your hands. And so if they if something is off, well, next time you waking up, you at the pearly gates. And so for you to be talking about like yeah, I don't know this and that, bro. You get hurt every year, so you gotta trust doctors, you gotta trust medicine, you gotta trust all these things that you get in, and then some of the stuff that we don't even know about, that we know that they doing like certain shots for like pains, injections, and all that, just so guys can be able to play in playoff games or like meaningful games. Like, who are you trusting for that? Like, this is where you draw the line at, and I mean, it's cool, but you get paid a lot of money to just go hoop. I feel like being a pro athlete is one of the like best and easiest job ever. You basically get paid to work out at the highest level. Like at the highest level of my ability, I get paid millions of dollars to go work out. I get to go play a game. Like, bro, you don't got no care in the world. Like, you don't even gotta have no endorsements. You don't gotta do. You don't got to do no social media. You don't got to do none of this stuff, but you're still going to get paid a lot of money just to go hoop. Like, bro, all you do is go hoop. Like, you don't got to do nothing else. Talk to the media if you want to. Don't talk. Don't talk to them. You'll get fined. Cool. That's you get fined for the whole season. That's a half a game check. But if you actually play 82 games, then you're not really missing that bread. Cool. You don't even got
Right.
to talk to the media. All you got to do is go hoop. You get to go play
Go.
basketball,
That's
and then
it.
that's it. And then you can go do whatever, like everything else. But I was just listening to it, and I was like, this just don't be making sense because you can't say I don't trust the doctors for this, but I trust the doctors for that. All them surgeries that you had, boy, like what are you saying? Like you have surgery down there every year. And so you gotta trust doctors at some point. But this is where you draw the line at, bro. Bro, just go hoop. That's all you gotta do.
Just
Is
go hoop.
play, is play basketball. Like you don't gotta do nothing else. Like
Just go hoop.
your contract say be available for 82 plus the playoffs. It don't say you got to post on social media. It don't say you got. It say you got to talk to the media. But if you don't want to, you can just say I'm taking 3 questions, and then yes, no, that, or you can do the Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I get fined. They can't dictate what you say. You can literally go out there for 35 seconds after every game and say nothing, and then that's good. Guys that did it for years and years that don't want to talk to the media. So that's not even it. And so like just the reasoning behind everything, um, he made some valid points and he said some things that we say as fans and people that watch him. But then like the whole not trusting the doctors or not trust like I don't know about the science and you can't make people do whatever. Like, all right, you don't gotta make nobody do nothing. But if your job say you gotta do this, then you got to find another job. You got all these cops in New York City. I just seen today. They got like until this weekend or something to get the shot, or they losing their job. They was doing a lot of talking, but we all know the first coming around and living in New York City is not cheap. So like like what you gonna do? And so like if you want to just quit and not go whatever, then like fine. But like just the going back and forth and then like the reasoning of it, because as soon as he started talking and he started making sense, then he go off on his tangent, and then you be like, what is that? And so too much of what is that? Like too much of that, and all you gotta do is go hoop. Like you don't got a hard job. It's hard. It's probably hard being famous. People watching your every move, et cetera. That comes with it. But if the hardest thing I got to deal with is being famous and people being in my business, but I never have to worry about anything else ever, and I got generational wealth, like I can deal with it. Like it's niggas that don't nobody even like pay attention to. Like Kawhi Leonard, that nigga don't be doing nothing. Like ain't no people bothering him. Like he don't got social media. Like you don't got to do the social media thing if you don't want to. You don't got to do none of that. Just go hoop. Answer some questions. Just go hoop. And that's why I need to get him up out of here. His team could use him, but that's not even the point. The point is like, bro, just make some sense. Like just make some sense. Like when you saying all this stuff, just make some sense. Then you got a whole bunch of dumb people. Floyd Mayweather can't even read, trying to read stuff, and then other people coming to support him and all type of stuff. Like all you got,
Uh,
all you got to do is look at the people that's supporting Kyrie Irving right now, and then ask yourself like, would you listen to them talk about anything else that don't got nothing to do with their sport? I'm not listening to Floyd Mayweather talk about nothing other than boxing. If he told me to go do anything else, I'm not listening to it. Andrew Wiggins, other guys that was like, yeah, we gotta no, I'm not listening to them do nothing. And so just look at the guys and the people that's publicly backing Kyrie Irving and then ask yourself, would I want these people to help me do anything besides what their job is? And I guarantee you it's no.
no, you ain't trying to hear Andrew Wiggins takes on
Oh God, no. No, he just got to play basketball at a high level, which he don't know how to do for a sustained period of time. And that's why the team not as good. That's why it's Steph and the Stephets, because he didn't Andrew Wiggins. You can't depend on him. Baby Maple Jordan, like you supposed to been
Which
You supposed to been that guy since you was 16, and Andrew Wiggins don't care about nothing. He care about. I mean, he obviously care about getting paid, but like he just be out there going through the motion. One of the most like physically like gifted guys in the league. Um, should be an all defense. Should be a bunch of things, but folks just be out there like his vertical, his like all them drills that they be doing, bro. They was up there with like some of like the all time greats. Only thing he don't got the heart and the motor. Like he don't care. He just be out there running through motion. Like that's why they not as good. The Warriors would have been better last year if Andrew Wiggins actually like play hard. Like they would have been better because now you got two guys going at a high level every single game, right? And so, um, yeah, like I ain't trying to listen to no Andrew Wiggins. He needs to learn how to play basketball better.
Damn, this turned into a wild Andrew Wiggins hate. Oh, that's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, yeah, because he just be going through the motions. Because he was out there talking to Kyrie stuff too, and he showed it went to go get those shots because he don't got as much leverage as Kyrie Irving. But the Warriors be like, cool, we already paying enough people. We don't gotta pay you. We paying enough. We already got these luxury tax things, and so like we paying Clay for like trying to get him back. And you all right, cool, bet. Like Steph can just carry us until you figure it out, until we get Clay back. And so yeah, no, I ain't trying to listen to no Andrew Wiggins takes. No, until unless he could explain why he don't play hard,
He
and
on
then
his
why
he on his what you your boy he on his Anthony Edwards, what college Anthony Edwards. He on
yeah.
that, he on that
Yeah,
type of
but he been able to make a whole bunch of money just by being available. The one thing about Andrew Wiggins is that he don't really miss games. So like he be out there and then he might fill up a stat chart or whatever, but like when you look at it at the end, you be like, damn, when did he get those points? Yeah, he'll have a 30-point game and then they'll lose by 15. You like, damn, when did he get those points? Like, and that's Andrew Wiggins because he's physically gifted. So he could just do things just because he's like bigger, stronger, faster, and can jump out the gym. So he can get buckets. That's not my point. My point is he don't do nothing else for the team. Like he don't defend at a high level. He don't always play with effort. He be out there just shooting threes and clanking them off the rim and stuff instead of driving going past people. Like because his body type is no different than Kawhi's or Kobe's or Mike's or whatever. They got the same type of like measurements. But those other three guys like actually wanted to be great. Um and so Andrew Wiggins just cool with being okay. He cool with being okay, and then that's what you see. Because like I said earlier, half the battle is playing hard. Like if you just play hard, like you gonna beat people just by your effort. He just be out there. That's why the Warriors was AC last year. Because you got a dude that's going for MVP, and then your second best player at the time just be out there not affecting the game in other ways. Like if you gonna step into that Clay type of role, I'm gonna need you to defend at a high level and be able to get buckets. But his defense, he turned it on and off. Andrew Wiggins should literally be, all defense every year. He has the same body type as Kawhi Leonard and Mike and Kobe. Same 6'7", 230, 7 whatever wingspan, 42-inch vertical, blah 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 blah.
Hey, you
Except for he
going off
just
this man.
so he just don't care. And then and on top of that he anti-vaxxer. Like, come on, bro. Pick a struggle, bro.
All right, well, I wasn't expecting all the Andrew Wiggins hate, but I know you watching Andrew Wiggins. Man, if you got a reply, you know what I'm saying, come on with it. Like, you want to see what's going on. You still do have the greatest hoop mixtape of all time for a high schooler, though. So you at least get that.
Better
Um,
than Walls, better than
yeah,
Zion's.
yeah. Zion was dunking on 5'3" white boys in the middle of motherfucking South Carolina somewhere. That shit. Shout out to Zion for Big Z. But
I'm trying to think who else was good. No, his was
it was fire. Go watch it tonight. That shit was fire.
good.
Yeah, go watch that Andrew Wiggins. If y'all watching out there, go watch that Andrew Wiggins hoop mixtape. Matter of fact, as soon as you shut this off, go on your YouTube real quick. Throw that Andrew Wiggins hoop mixtape on, because that motherfucker, boy, I thought his name's Kobe, man. Maple Jordan. God damn.
Maple Jordan. That's what they was calling him. I didn't call him
That's
that,
right.
but Canada, Maple Jordan, #1 player since you like 15, 16, #1 pick, all that. So yeah,
Well, appreciate y'all for watching. DJ, appreciate you for jamming with me, big dog.
appreciate you.
Uh, waiting on that. I think it's gonna be like 3K. I'm gonna have more Shiv than money for Quan pretty soon. So I invested in Shiv shit. Fuck Quan, but no. His ass don't watch no way, so it don't matter. I say that shit out loud. Yo, hi,
Yeah.
D.
All right, bro.
Appreciate you, dog.